is Santi, and this is Soul Growth Wellness. So, what we're going to talk about today is the self acceptance piece that I started on a couple weeks ago. Basically, the idea behind it is that I'm going to be sharing my self acceptance journey with people um, because I realized that we're not alone in this. In the previous video, what I first talked about was is kind of the idea that I recognize that self acceptance has been a bit difficult for me because I recognize that I have some self hostility. That's what I like to call it. Where I'm not feeling very positive about myself, or I don't always have the most positive verbiage or ideas about who I am, or what I'm about, or what I'm capable of, or what I can do. And so, one of the things that I've decided to do, like I said, is share this journey with people because I want people to first and foremost know that they're not alone. Self acceptance is a really big thing, and for obvious reasons. We're human beings and we're social beings, which means that we like to have the acceptance of other people around us because it makes us feel valuable. We're part of the tribe. We actually can contribute in some way. Beforehand, it was hunting and gathering. Now it's, do you have the technical skill to run a website? Do you have the technical skill to run an ad agency? And all of these different things. Or just even basic stuff like, like can you help take care of people? Can you be a caregiver or an essential worker or anything like that? And so because we oftentimes put our approval or, our self-worth in the hands of other people, self-acceptance has gotten to be a really hot topic, I would say, because we recognize that we need it in our own lives, that we can't just base it on what other people think about us or how they treat us or what they believe about us. Um, Primarily because people's ideas of us are not necessarily accurate. What's supposed to be more accurate is what we think about ourselves and what we believe about ourselves. So that's just kind of a general idea about self acceptance, where it kind of came from and where we are with it now. And I'll get some more information about that as the series keeps going. But I want to actually share about what I've been dealing with for the last week or so, which is I just started to do some positive affirmations. I was like, okay, I'm going to start somewhere very simple. And I decided to say, I love myself, I'm proud of myself, and I forgive myself. Because I've definitely had a life where, as any human being, I've made some faux pas. I've definitely made some poor decisions in regards to how I've treated others, how I've treated myself, and as a result of that, there's still some leftover guilt. I'm working on forgiving myself on that. It's not completely gone, but it is better than it used to be, like let's say several years ago. But still, I have a problem with it. I still kind of find myself thinking, on a really interesting story when I was a kid and I lost my mom's really important ring. And I'm in my 30s now, and it's something that still, pops up for me like, oh, I kind of still feel that little hurt, that guilt about it. And so I'm still focusing again on forgiving myself for those sorts of things. And again, I'm pretty sure that I'm not alone in that. I'm sure a lot of us have that issue where we hold on to those things, that, ultimately kind of shaped us and kind of made us think that maybe we're selfish or that we're manipulative or that we're inconsiderate or any number of things that, are what you would call negative adjectives or negative descriptors about who we are as people. So what I focused on, like I said, is the positive affirmations. And the first thing that I noticed is that I did like the ego kick, like, yeah, I love me. Yeah, that's awesome. I forgive me even better, and like, oh, I'm proud of me. I'm proud of where I've come. I've, changed so much. I'm definitely not the person that I was when I was in my 20s and I'm in my mid 30s now. So it's like, yeah. But it was also really interesting to note that somewhere in the back of my mind, it kind of felt like, oh, but is that true? Can I really feel proud of myself for my accomplishments? Or, am I deserving of my own love? Like, do I have to raise my standards of what it means to love myself? And I thought that was a really interesting thing, which is, of course, why I wanted to share this journey. Is that we have these interesting questions that pop up in our head where we wonder if we're deserving, or we wonder if this is the if this is the way that we're supposed to feel about ourselves. And of course, quite interestingly enough, in terms of psychology or even spiritual traditions, is that it's kind of all up in the air. They're best practices, they're good ideas about how we're supposed to feel about ourselves. But at the end of the day, I'm with me, you're with you, we're with ourselves. So we have to decide what's the best case scenario or the best way to feel about ourselves and how we're going to move forward about our day and ultimately our lives in general. Um, so for me, now that I've kind of recognized that, I'm wondering to myself, oh, like, hmm, am I deserving of this self-love? Or, can I really be proud of those accomplishments? I'm going to start using a cognitive behavioral therapy technique, or a CBT for short. I'm going to challenge the thoughts, I'm going to challenge, or ask myself the question, well, why wouldn't I be deserving of the love? Like, why should it be conditional? Why should I give myself conditional love when I recognize unconditional love as being a virtue? And why would I deny myself that same thing? So I'm going to challenge my thoughts on that. I'm going to use, like I said, cognitive behavioral therapy and see where that takes me. So just like I said, I'm just sharing the journey with you all. Maybe someone will identify with this. And hopefully you've enjoyed the video. So you can go ahead and subscribe so you can continue to get more alerts about when I post these videos. And if you have any questions, please talk about them in the comment section so we can actually have a conversation about what self-acceptance means to all of us, what that looks like, and ultimately help empower each other on that journey. So thank you for listening. And again, my name is Santi, and this is Soul Growth Wellness, and take care. Bye.